it's Kia, and I am back with another video. This time we are talking Nika Mark's Pick 6 fragrances. She came up with this challenge so that we are reaching into our collection and grabbing those fragrances that we don't give enough love to. And so, you know, I started off like, yeah, you know, that's what's up. Like, I think I could do that. Like, that sounds like a good idea. You know, just commit to a fragrance for a day, which is super, super, super hard for me because usually it's something in the morning, testing, and maybe something before bed, but just I am encountering lots of fragrances during the day, especially working from home. But I thought, let me give this a go so I can just get a full day experience. I'm feeling high. So to start this off, while I had great intentions, yeah, it didn't really go that way. So I'm gonna go over a couple of fragrances that I do remember wearing. And when you have a Frag buddy that asks you what your scent of the day was, like, that's super helpful because it helped me to remember, like, what was I wearing this week or last week? So shout out to you. Thanks for always asking and helping my mind to commit to a fragrance. I think Nika is on her 3rd week of the challenge. Yeah, something like that. But during the 1st week, I know I wanted to revisit Abrakaadabra by Krigler, as well as Metallique by Tom Ford. Still staying by the fact that I think that they smell very similar. Tom Ford is a little bit more, it comes off a little bit louder, which for me is something I adored. Like the opening with the aldehydes and the pepper, like I love that it made that metallic feel, like almost kind of cutting my nose. Don't ask me why that's appealing, but it was. So yes, both of those fragrances are aldehydic vanillas that are so gorgeous, so addictive. I absolutely love having it in my collection. So when I revisited Abrakaadabra, I just said, let me spray like I'm spraying a regular perfume. And so I just kind of went to town. Spray, 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 spray. On top of the clothes, spray, spray, spray. And so I was like, all right, so that's what I would usually do. Let me wear that. I actually looked at the vial and I had used up my entire travel spray. OMG. So I got great longevity from it. I definitely could smell it the next day after waking up. Great longevity. I still smelled it. I didn't have to top up. It wasn't like really projecting, but the longevity was there. Now, I did not ask anybody if they could smell me, and nobody gave me any kind of feedback like that they could smell me. But I do know that it lasted absolutely all day, even to the next day. Like I smelled it, you know, all the different areas that I sprayed. Metallique, on the other hand, yes, Metallique's longevity sucks. I think I had to top up like twice. So I still love her. I just know that that's not a full day fragrance. That is a, you know, going out to eat kind of thing. What's interesting is when I first got a full bottle of Metallique, I wore it to church and I was super embarrassed because I felt like it was jumping off my skin. It was projecting and I felt like people would be like really upset with me having on so much fragrance. And so I never questioned the longevity or its performance really. But now with this nose and how I like my fragrances now, yeah, the longevity is just not there, but it is an amazing fragrance. Once I'm done with that bottle, I will definitely pick up the Dossier's version, which is Powdery Hawthorn. The next fragrance that I remember wearing is YSL Libre Intense. I said I need to, it's cooler, let's go ahead and do this full wear. let's see what it's really giving in the cooler temperatures. And so I put it on. I smelt it around me. It was great. And then I got a huge compliment. It was like, oh my goodness, what are you wearing? What fragrance is that? So I had to tell the young lady the name and who makes it and things like that. So I was pretty pleased with that. YSL Libre is an orange blossom lavender and intense vanilla fragrance. The next one that I remember wearing is Olympea. So I've always felt like Olympea was a summer fragrance, but I recently smelled Idol Aura that I was like, oh my gosh, I really like it. I like it just as much as the other ones, the OG and the other intense flanker. But I was on Instagram and I believe it was Lenny Loves. She was saying that it smelled like Olympea, and I was like, because you know, sometimes when you smell something and it's familiar, it'll hit you like, this is familiar, but I didn't get that right away. But as I sat and thought about it, Olympea may have a bit more amber, but it's very similar. So I wanted to wear it and put it to the test, and I wore it, and it's a great substitute for Idol Aura, or basically I have something to satisfy that want until it runs out, and then I get Idol Aura. Reminisce Guimauve Reminisce Gourmandes. This one is the gourmet marshmallow with some minty notes. And I wanted to wear this because while I knew what it smelled like, I just had not given it the full all over body spray and wear. And I did, and I quite enjoyed it. When I stopped thinking that other people may smell me and think I smelled like toothpaste, I just got over that. And I actually got some fluffy, like fruity nuances out of it. So I was really enjoying this and look forward to wearing it again. I thought this would be my Thanksgiving fragrance, but it was not. It in fact was Fragrenza's Limone e Vaniglia. And this is Fragrenza's version or inspired fragrance of Lyra, of Xerjoff's Lyra. So that lemony caramel cookie cake, it's delicious. And my son, when I sprayed it and we were getting ready to go out, he's like, who's baking cookies? And I'm like, it's me, I'm the cookie. So love this one, wore that. I also wore Lebel Le Parfum. This is that pear and tonka and vanilla. This thing is deep and spicy. This to me is, it reminds me of Cloud and Cloud Intense, but Le Parfum is a little stronger to me. Some people don't think it's that strong. I think it's strong in comparison to the OG. I got a compliment on this when I wore it because in the air it just smells so fluffy and marshmallowy and fruity, so it's cute. But when I first got her, while I liked her, it was so intense for me, like it would turn my stomach. So I was afraid to wear this, but now that it's cooler, the air was able to kind of lift it and give it some, didn't make it as dense. So that's that one. The last one I'll talk about is Bond No. 9 New York Nights. So I wanted to wear this because in trying it out, something about it did not sit right with me. It's sweet, it's deep, it's rich. There's some ambergris in this. There's I think like caramel and some, I'll put up some notes, but I like it. But when I sprayed it on skin and after that initial spray, I just don't know. I just don't know. And it did not help that my son was like, what smells like Ajax? And then I also sprayed it on a card for my sister to let her smell. And she was like, yeah, it smells like that, but it was super strong at first and kind of weird. So that's what I got from this. Oh, one that I forgot to mention about that I wore because I saw it in my chat. I wore the Chronic Rouge Extreme. This is a fruit bomb with some whipped cream. So don't think fruit bomb with cupcake or frosting. This is just fruity, aromatic, but it has depth. It's a good one. It is nothing like the original. So while I wore those, I said I'm going to be intentional about this upcoming week and have my 6 already picked out, so we can at least try this challenge correctly. So the first one I will be trying and making sure I wear is Mon Paris Intense. This one is the Pear Forward scent. It's fluffy, but the Intense to me is way juicier than the original. And I just love that bottle color. Isn't that gorgeous? I do want to wear Lalique Le Parfum. When I kind of got into this journey and joined YouTube, this got a lot of talk and buzz. I haven't heard anything lately, but for me, this was just kind of an odd fragrance that I was not into. And then I was just talking to someone else about it, and they were saying that it's a nice feminine scent. This has bay leaves in it, or a bay leaf note, and it came off at the top for me, and I just could not do it. But then I said, just give it more time and see where that bay leaf note, like how it transitions or how the fragrance moves. And so that note just kind of went away. And it did become a very nice, feminine, kind of everyday scent. This is one of those, I don't know, your skin smells unique and vanilla-y. So more of an herbal vanilla maybe. But I like it. I kind of oddly like it, so I want to know what it smells like all over. The other fragrances that I would like to wear are from my royalty scent subscriptions. And I have Tom Ford's Jasmine Rouge that I picked, as well as Kilian's Single Malt or the House of Oud Almond Harmony. And then for day 5, I want to wear Alien Essence Absolute. It was such a huge deal to have this in my collection and have the backups. When are we wearing it? We need to start wearing it. That's the whole alien vibe with some vanilla. And I think it's incense and things of that nature in it. But it's just a yummy alien fragrance. And then for the 6th day, I picked a THOO. I want to wear a THOO, and it'll either be Vanille Overload, which is the inspired fragrance of Guerlain's Spiritueuse Double Vanille. Oh, so delicious. Or Heaven's Moonlight, which is the inspired version of Kilian's Moonlight in Heaven, I think it's called. I really just wanted the rice and the mango note in here. So between one of those two, the 7th day is a wild card, and that's a special day. And perhaps I'll talk about that later and what I actually wore that day. So that is it. Thank you, Nika, for doing this challenge and tagging me. let's see how next week goes.